Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing some full cover tips with hard gel, encapsulating some chunky glitter and using a very pretty gel polish from Madam Glam. As usual, we're going to start by gently pushing the cuticles back. We want to expose as much nail plate as possible and get rid of all the dead skin. I will be using my e-file for prep today, and I'm just going to go in with a medium sanding band at a very low speed. Just start off by kind of going gently around the cuticles. I like to hold the finger from the top because that means that the finger won't slip, and I can rotate the finger a bit as well. Just make sure that you get that nail plate clean. Now I'm only working in one direction, and that is towards me. I know it looks like I'm going backwards and forwards, but I'm not. Be really gentle and make sure that you don't hit the natural nail too hard or make any heat if you keep filing in one place. I'm going to do this to all 5 fingers, and when I'm done I'm going to give them a good dusting off, and you can also use a brush with some alcohol or cleanser on it just to make sure that they're really nice and clean. Now these full cover tips need to fit sidewall to sidewall, and they have to look nice around the cuticle. But what I often will do is when I do hard gel, which I use a lot, so that's my preferred method, I always go one size up. Because if you're going to encapsulate like we are today with chunky glitter, you do need a little more space. If you haven't got enough space, it's going to kind of ooze out all over the sides. The great thing about using hard gel, you do have to file it off by the way. You can lay it down more on the nail without having to use as much force. And this does prevent a lot of spillage and mess, because we do not want uncured gel on our fingers because that can give an allergy. I just take my time to find the correct size tips before I move forward. These are the easiest nails ever to do, but if you get the tip size wrong or if you get air bubbles, you can get issues with these as well. Now gel sticks to gel, but just as a safety precaution, I'm just going to kind of etch the insides of the tips out with my sanding band, and that will give max adhesion. Now I'm going to put that tip on a tip stand just so that I can easier see what I'm doing. And I have decided to use the Madam Glam base coat because it was a very thin and nice base coat, and it cures quickly, only 30 seconds. Apply a thin layer of base coat on the inside of the nail first, which we don't cure. We need something that the glitters can stick to, and when you've placed them down, then we can put them in the lamp. But as a thin coat, we don't want to be bulking this up. Now there's several reasons I want to do this video. First of all, these are really easy, simple nails, and I do like doing this on my right hand, which is my non-dominant. I'm a big fan of chunky glitters, but with full cover tips, I don't want them on the top, I need them encapsulated. If I was to go and use a very opaque gel polish, like the one I am going to use is, I could risk it not curing. I found a really pretty gel polish from Madam Glam, which is like a pastel, a pink pastel. And it's such a fantastic summer colour, so I just wanted to kind of cook up a design for this. By the way, Madam Glam have been very generous because they've given me a 30% discount link for you guys, so that's all linked down below, and so is everything else by the way. So that's why we're doing it like this today. And for the accent nail, I wanted like a full glitter nail, so I did charm her. Like I put a little tiny drop of the gel polish into the base gel. As I said, don't cure it until it's done. But it is super opaque. I'm going to try to, what should I say, marble it around a little bit with a dotting tool. And I'm just praying that it's going to cure all the way through when I get the hard gel in it. Before curing it, I did actually end up getting my gel brush and pulling some of the excess off because I went a bit heavy-handed and we don't want to take any chances. It is a beautiful colour. Of course, the other option I could have done was to custom mix the hard gel and mix the gel polish in with that. But that's something I could do again in another video. I've got several, I'll link them below. If you're curious to see more of the unboxing and the reviews on the Madam Glams that I received, I'll also link that below in the description box. I'm just going to finish the pinky off. I'm going to do that in the exact same way as the others, except that I'm going to put the glitter on the opposite side of the nail, and then we're going to start attaching them. Before I start attaching anything, I put a thin coat of primer on, and I am going in with a base gel or a foundation. Thin coat. Cure them all properly through. I don't want to chance attaching these tips with the Madam Glam base coat because I don't know how it's going to hold up, and it is thin, so I think you'd be better off getting something that's more suitable for it. I mean, it's great to not have a thick base coat anyway because it's a champ when it's bulking. What I like to do is, first of all, I'll get a small amount and kind of just cover the glitter on the inside, and just to make sure that I've got everything where I want it to be. A little bit of the trick is to come high enough up the sides, which can be a bit tricky when you've got clear gel because sometimes you can miss a spot or not. in at the cuticles, but there is a built-in apex in these tips, and that is in the middle of the nail, and that needs to be filled. So I think you've just got to try and find the amount that you need for the size of the nail. That's going to vary. You're better off putting on a little bit at a time instead of going in with like one massive blob and having to scrape it out and make a mess and whatnot. And hard gel, I'm just kind of teasing it around. It's easy. Unfortunately, I don't do acrylic, but strangely enough, I find hard gel less messy than polygel. At least this stays where it's supposed to, and it's in the nail. When I do polygel, it kind of goes over. So I'm just kind of bouncing it up and floating it down. But when you put it down on the nail, you place it down. You do not squish it down. That's not necessary. And kind of slide it up towards the cuticle. Now, when that's done, I give it a 30-second cure in the lamp. I will move on then to the next nail or hands or whatever I'm doing. I just kind of continue working my way along until they're all on. Now, this lamp in the Madam Glam kit was really handy. I've got one from Beetles, but this was actually a bit more practical. These are like little USBs and can plug into lamps. A regular nail lamp is going to be such a hassle because you actually need to kind of be able to have the room to move the tips, because you do need to make sure that they're coming out straight and not wonky or anything before you give them a full cure. This little tiny thing actually does do the job as well. I am going to go through all the nails with this and get them on, and then we're going to see what we do next. First thing is to clean them, just using some alcohol on a wipe, and I am cleaning them on the top and also on the bottom because they're sticky where it's hard gel. And I'm going in with a needle bit, and I'm just going to come around the cuticles in case there are any like little spilt out. Let's get rid of them straight away. And just go around really careful because this can be a bit sharp. Now, because I'm going to do a design on top, I am just going to mat the surface down. This will also kind of give you a chance to go around the side walls and neaten anything up. And sometimes I'll just kind of go underneath if there's any little pieces of glitter poking out, but you can also do this with a file if you're more comfortable doing that. It's not going to take a lot of surface work because these are already pre-made nails, and even if I only was doing a top coat on top, I would actually mat them first. So I'm going to grab a little bit of the gel polish on a backing paper, and the reason I'm doing that is because I can just work clean, and I've got a small brush. Now when I apply this, I'm going to do it in 2 coats, 2 very, very thin coats, and I'm going to kind of divide the nails in the middle. Now the reason I wasn't too concerned about the glitter is because I know that this is so opaque, it's going to cover the middle line. So for once, I'm just going to try to be really, really careful so that I don't go over. And if I do, I can just put some cleaner on a brush and tidy it up, so no biggie. But as I said, we don't want to waste time fixing mess. And these colours are really, really nice together. You're probably wondering why I'm going on about this, but it's so hard to find a good pastel gel polish. These come on evenly without streaking, so yeah, I'm happy about that. You might not see it on camera, but I always kind of flash cure them in between after about 1 or 2 nails so that I don't catch anything. It's not going to run because I'm working thick, but even so, I like to be in control. Now I am going to give these a full cure, and I am going to go in a second time so that we get a nice even coverage. And you can also use like a detail liner if you need to go around the cuticles just to tidy anything up. And on the accent nail, I actually decided to kind of do a bit of a slanted tip just to break it up a little bit. And I'm going to go in with a glitter gel polish and just draw some lines. My brush is kind of ruined, unfortunately, because it's one of my best liner brushes, so I'm a bit upset about that. But just a small amount that I'm trying to drag down. And I do mine a little at a time. First of all, my table is a little bit too wide, so I'm kind of hanging over. And second of all, I'm not the best at drawing lines, I'm going to admit that. So easy does it. I'm just going to finish these off with a thin top coat. I'm using the one from Madam Glam to get them nice and shiny. Give that a full cure, and then we're going to look what they turned out like.